Okay. Well, this is quite a new low for me. Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying, like this is a low I didn't think I'd ever do. And that is, Rita's is actually closing on Sunday for the year. You know, it's funny. They said that they were going to, they'll keep you posted on like when they're closing, depending on the weather and everything. And honestly, the weather this week's been pretty nice. All of next week is gonna be nice too. I think like it's gonna be like the lowest high of the day is gonna be like 55 or something. Not bad. Not bad at all, in fact. But for whatever reason, they're closing that. Well, I kind of know why. I mean, yeah, just because it's nice now doesn't mean it's going to last forever. And plus, let's be honest, this year really hasn't been very good. Not even in the slightest. You know, I can think of so many things that could have made this year a lot better, but it just wasn't because of COVID-19. So, yeah. I'm definitely sad. I'm gonna try and see if I can get a couple things of Rita's for the winter, if I can. Hopefully I can. To be honest, it's kind of last minute, so whatever I get, I have to make last. Well, I make things last for the entire winter before. Plus, honestly, whenever I do save Rita's for like the winter, I actually try and go a little while without having any of it. Just because, you gotta make it last. It's a lesson in patience for kids. And plus, it really will make the coming of next spring, or at least the beginning of March, all the better. Actually, at some point, I probably should look up a calendar for 2021, because it could very well be like the final Friday in February, just because March would be right there. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. I think it's going to be like early March again. So we'll have to play it by ear. So my high yesterday is the fact that I ended up being right about the Packers winning, and I actually finished something that I was going to talk about today. And yesterday's episode of Hot Ones, that was pretty cool too. And my act of kindness is that I did some shopping and banking for my grandmother. So, with that being said, good morning and happy Friday, and I'll be honest, I still can't believe I watched what I watched. Okay, so, a little bit of backstory. A while ago, I had finally seen Gurren Lagann, which is something that, I gave a lot of praise for. I've been hearing about how great it was for many, many years. I finally saw it. I really like it. There are some scenes I rewatch over and over and over again. It was great. Well, after that, considering that, I really felt as if like it was a good video to do, it got me thinking, what other anime could I watch and give my overall thoughts after, finishing it. So, I'm subscribed to Funimation on YouTube, so, I looked up, they have a segment called Funimation Flashback, and I'll put a link to the description of that, of the current playlist right now below, where they go over anime that was being made in the late 90s and early 2000s. And, right off the bat, the first Funimation Flashback they did was Yu Yu Hakusho, which, you kidding me? It's Yu Yu Hakusho. That's easily, I'm going to say right now it's in my top 5 anime of all time. I really put it there. I could rewatch it over and over and over again. There's some scenes I just can't help but watch and admire, and the characters are great, all that. So, I looked up several other anime that Funimation Flashback talks about. And, but here's the thing though. If I really was going to do this, I really want to make sure, like, I could quickly bang out, like, a lot of these, I could quickly, like, get rid of, like, rapid fire watch all the episodes, binge watch, if you will, for, as fast as I could, as quickly as I could, and then I could be able to talk about this on camera. So, I wound up watching this, thinking it was something else. No, I'm wrong. Funimation Flashback talked about this show. They did. I was just thinking I was going to watch something else. So, with that in mind, I still can't believe I watched what I just watched. For those of you who were wondering and probably couldn't look at the title of the video already, I saw the entirety of the Ouran High School Host Club. Now, for those of you who don't know the premise of this, it's the fact that only the famously rich get into Ouran Academy, and only a select group of men join the Ouran Host Club. It is a club where incredibly rich men, or young men, who have way too much free time in their hands, entertain young ladies who also have way too much free time on their hands. This is basically this is what is known as a shoujo manga. This is one of those manga that is definitely given to a target demographic. And if you couldn't tell, it's young women. So, with that in mind, what do I think of this? Well, it's definitely different from what I was expecting, for starters. Another thing I can definitely give it praise and props for is the fact that, the animation is great, the characters, the character designs are fun and everything. Honestly, this is just not my thing. It really is not my thing at all. But for those of you who want to know what the story is about, we follow a student named Haruhi, who accidentally stumbles upon the host club, knocks over an 18th century Renaissance vase, and is at first forced to do, tasks, run errands to pay off the debt. When it turns out that Haruhi actually has a knack for enticing young ladies. So they make Haruhi into a host. One problem with that, though. And this is one of the main draws of why this is known as a comedy. Haruhi is actually a girl. See, the thing about Haruhi's design is she essentially has kind of like my hair, just like a pixie cut for a girl. And she doesn't really have many assets. So she really does look like a boy. And when it comes to the English dub, if you compliment it with Caitlin Glass's overall great performance, you really would at first glance think it was basically a boy herself. Although in this case, she just happened to be the boy would just happen to be voiced by a woman. Which is nothing really new in the realm of voiceover. One of my all-time favorite voiceover actors, Colin Klinkenbeard, voices Luffy on One Piece. So, I don't really see a problem with this. And basically, shenanigans ensue. Now, I said this was a comedy. And it is. I acknowledge that what I was watching was funny. And I can say, that is funny. But I was not rolling on the floor with laughter watching this. This is the sort of thing where it's kind of like when I saw The World's End back in 2013, where I could watch what I was watching, and it was funny. But again, I wasn't completely keeling over with laughter. And I think it has something to do with the fact that I just didn't really see it with a good group of people, or a good crowd of people, in the case of The World's End. So maybe if I were to watch it again with, people who are fans of this show, or people who know of what's going on, I'd probably enjoy it a little bit more. Another thing about this is, back when I saw Ouran Lagan, I legitimately wanted to watch the next episode to see what happened next. Like, I found time in my schedule to watch another episode, even if it was only just one episode. And it's only, and like Ouran Lagan, Ouran High School Host Club is only 26 episodes. So it's short. But the difference between the former and the latter is that the former I was actively wanting to watch the next episode. This definitely felt more like, okay, let's do this. Let's get it done. And while I enjoyed what I watched, I felt I could have enjoyed it a little bit more. So, with that said, do I recommend? Well, actually, to put this into perspective, I've been watching this show over the span of 2 weeks. It took me just under a week. It just took me a little bit over a week to watch Ouran Lagan. When I saw Ouran High School Host Club, I saw 4 episodes on a Saturday, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to watch any more of this. And then, as time went on, I'm like, well, I do feel bad I started this and didn't finish it, so that's exactly what I wound up doing. So, the next Saturday, I just picked up where I left off. I only saw 4 episodes, and I was not about to start all over again. Actually, if I start all over again, I wouldn't be doing this video because I'd still be watching. So, with that in mind, do I recommend this show? Well, if you're a diehard anime fan, if you're a diehard shoujo manga fan, if you are an otaku, or if you want to support the good people over at Funimation who dubbed this show, because that's actually one thing I need to stress, that the cast of Ouran High School Host Club was great. Todd Habercorn, Greg Ayers, J. Michael Tan, Richie Christian, Caitlin Glass, the main character. Although I can't really talk about the cast without talking about a certain someone. See, Ouran High School Host Club was made during the time when, Vic Miyaga was very, very prominent as a voiceover actor. And shortly after the Super Broly movie, Dragon Ball Super Broly movie in 2019, I don't really know the entire details, but he kind of got hit with a scandal. So it really is hard to kind of watch this knowing what happened. With that being said, though, they were all still really great. And the entire cast was really great, and I can't really say that, I was annoyed by anyone. If I have a favorite character from that show, I would have to say Haruhi, because Haruhi definitely is someone like me who definitely, ask, the important questions. And the fact that, again, Caitlin Glass does such a great job of, sort of portraying, a deadpan, low-energy type of girl, that you would think that she was a boy, Haruhi was a boy upon first glance. So it works. So again, if all of those things appeal to you, sure, I'd recommend Ouran High School Host Club. But in terms of, anyone else, I would say do what I did, watch 3, maybe 4 episodes. And if you're not enticed, or if in my case, it takes you a week to think, you know what, I should finish it, just to say I did it, then this probably won't sway you. You're probably not going to be as entertained as you would like. With that said, I'm glad I saw this. I definitely want to do more videos like this, but the problem is, as I'm watching Funimation Flashback, I did look up the number of episodes on each and every one, Full Metal Alchemist, G. Gray Man. And Full Metal Alchemist is like 65 episodes. If I ever do videos like this more and more, I'm going to be out for a while. And no, I'm not going to do Yu Yu Hakusho because I'm pretty sure I've given my thoughts on that. I mean, over the span of over 1,040 videos, I'm sure I've talked about Yu Yu Hakusho at least once somewhere. So I'm positive that, like, I don't need to say much else other than, for the love of all things that are good, watch it please, because you'll be doing yourself a favor if you do. Because it really is that good. Because I'm cool bar, in case you forgot I got a sword. Anyway, right. So, yeah. I'm glad I saw this. I don't really know if I'll be that big of it in a hurry to watch it again. I don't know if I'll be doing any more videos like this because they kind of take a while to do. Because I watched the entirety of both Gurren Lagann and Ouran High School Old School before I did each video. Doing stuff like Full Metal Alchemist or like G. Gray Man, where it's like dozens of episodes, up to like over 100 in some cases. I don't know. I'll have to play it by ear. But I'll definitely think about doing it. Meanwhile, I should think about more pressing things, like how am I going to get some readers before it closes? Like, favorite, share, and subscribe button, follow me on the social platform, start my on YouTube. I'm very humble to make this video for all you guys who are watching Door for them. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, if you guys want to talk, our channel is going to be here to London, and I'll be back. Take care, and make good choices. See ya.